Welcome, friends. I'm Nancy Thompson of Create with Nancy, and it's time for some creative ink. Let's get linked by ink today. So, I'm Nancy Thompson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skinny Atlas, New York, and I love sharing creativity with you so you feel inspired to go into your crafting space and create, because that's what it's all about, is creating and sharing those creations with others so you can continue to spread the joy with all your handmade creations. So if you're new to my channel, I go live here approximately 3 p.m. Today I'm late again, so here on YouTube, and we're gonna do a fun fold today. Fridays is YouTube only, and I do go live also on Wednesdays. You can catch me on Facebook or YouTube. And Fridays is I'm trying to do either a technique or a fun fold. So depending on time frame, sometimes it's not always a technique or fun fold, but today I have an awesome fun fold that's so easy and creates a wow type of card. So it is called a tri-panel card, and we're going to be using the Countryside Corner dies and that fabulous one horse open sleigh cards bundle. So if you remember, this has been many months ago. Let me go here this way. Let's see, this way, right there. I created this spanner card, and this has been so popular on my YouTube channel, and the directions are on my website at createwithnancy.com. So you can check everything out there, and there is this month's host code as well if you find you need any of these exclusive products. So, okay, I'm going to show you more. So let me go to my desktop, and hello, Shirley and Colleen. It is Friday, November 24th, and it's Black Friday here on the calendar. So, I'm so glad that you're not out shopping. So, okay, I need to take a drink of water because I've just been running and trying to create here. I am parched. Okay, so let's go to my desktop. Let's look at these spanner cards that I did several months ago when this collection of product came out. This has been fabulous. And these all open and close the same way. So this is really a fun card to make, and it's not really that hard. You do need a window sheet, and the video gives all kinds, and I'll try to link the video in the descriptions after this this video. Okay, all right, but it can be on the playlist, on the Fun Fold playlist. Okay, here's another one. This one's really monochromatic. There we go. And once you have the design, I just used all, because there's 12 designs in this paper, and I think I used 6 of the inside is one of the other 6 designs. Okay, but I picked out 6 designs to use on my top, and then the insides are using other designs from the designer paper. So these are really fun and to create. Okay, and they're not that hard to make. So today's card is going to be this. Okay, look at that. So it'll sit up on your mantle. It's a perfect mantle or shelf card to have, and it's really, really easy to make. So it does take a lot of designer paper, so that's the one thing about it. So we're going to use the Country Corner side dies, and we are using the the second and the third largest dies. Okay, so there's all the dies, but we're going to leave the larger outer one and take these 2. Now I do have to say, I cased this project from Verna Mullen, and she is a fellow demonstrator in our demonstrator community that I belong to. in our Linked by Ink community. So, so she shared this at a recent event that our demonstrator community had. And so I've been wanting to make this, so we're going to use this. So this is the one horse open. So let me back up. So these dies are in our annual catalog, okay? And then this bundle here and the designer paper, which is all still available. We're going to look at that designer paper in a minute, in the online exclusives. So you can find that all there. Okay, let's quit talking here. So we're pretty much, I love this tree here. There's not a stamp that goes with it, but it's a great accessory type tree that you can die cut from various colors of cardstock to accent with. And then there's some snow here, snow banks that you can use. There's this tree, we'll cut out this one, and there's a die for this tree right here. And then there's some trim for the sleigh as well. So this will go on the sleigh right here. And then there's another, the runner on the sleigh as well that you can use for trim, and cut that out into different colors. I love doing silver and gold with it. So, okay, so let's get talking here. And then we're also using, I'm also pulling in this Brightest Glow stamp set as well. Okay, I love this. It's an all great occasion type stamp. The card is kind of narrow, so you do need smaller words. The ones in this bundle are a little bit long, but I'm looking for quick and easy. So these are a little bit longer to put on the card. So that's why I pulled in this one. Okay, so let's look at this designer paper. So pretty much, and I only made like 2 designs with this, so I got to try and make other designs. So I pretty much start doing a front and back and laying out all my designer paper. Okay, kind of like this. You can see them all. Let's see, what did I do here? Here's this one. Here's this. Maybe I didn't do front and back. Let's go like this. I think that's what I need to do. I started doubling them up here. Hang on. There's that. And then there's the front. That fox is really fabulous. Let's do the back. There's the front. So as you're, so that way you can kind of plan your paper, especially if you want to make multiples of these cards. Then you'll be able to get a lot more mileage out of your designer paper. And then I start to pair them up, okay? So I simply just lay it a front and back, and then I'll go through and choose what ones I want for the front, okay? And then the rest I leave for the accents, either on the inside of the card or wherever it really needs it. Okay, so do we have 12 here yet? Let's see. So here's all these fabulous designs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put a 6th one up here. There's 6. Here's, hopefully I'm in screenshot so you guys can see this. I might not be because I kind of zoomed in for our for the make and take here. So there's that one, oops, and there's that fabulous cabin. So there's all 12 designs, okay? So I just kind of pick and choose and then decide which ones I really want to have. I don't necessarily, and then pull them from my paper, okay? My pile, so I'm using them. So we are using, so I've decided to use this one, and actually I'm doing kind of like a mix, okay? And this one, and we're actually going to use these 3, okay? And you can go in any combination you want. And I'll show you another sample where I've just only used 2 designs. So you do need to have 2 pieces of each design because it does use a lot of designer paper, okay? So what I've done is, let's pull this in. So I first have cut, let's take this so you can see what we're doing. So, so I first cut this off at, what was my measurement, Nancy? At 4 1/4 inches, okay? So I trimmed this at 4 1/4, and then the rest of this is going to be scrap. So you can kind of see how much is scrap, okay? And then I've cut 2 of the smaller countryside corner dies. And you can, because there's lots of room, I just went to the edge and to the edge over here, okay? This could be scrap for another card that you want, okay, to use it on. And then I did a second one, okay? Especially if you're using multiples, you could cut like 2 pieces at a time and get like 4 out of, so you can keep going. Okay, so hopefully I'm making sense. I feel like I'm rambling today. All right, so we've got our designer paper, so we need a second one that we're going to cut out. So let me grab, actually I've already mounted them on some colored cardstock, and then the larger piece, the one that's going to layer the designer paper, this one I did multiple colors. So I did 2 in Early Espresso and 1 in Mossy Meadow. All right, they could be all the same color, or I decided to switch it up a little bit, okay? And then, whoops, I dropped something. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. So you can see that I've got 2 that have the same design, and then I've got 1 in the middle that's going to be different. As it works its way across, you can see here's this design here, and let me just make sure we're in there, and then here's this design right on this side. So I needed 1 more that I'm going to use on this side, okay? Okay, so, and then this is where the other patterns come into play. Let's move those and set those aside over there. So these are going to be 4 inches by 3 1/4. Okay, so you're going to get 1 of these out of 1 piece of designer paper. So that's why you need 3 of the designs. Okay, all right, I feel like, hang on, I dropped my paper. All right, so we've got 2 of this and a 3rd one. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. All right, and the way to cut your designer paper is, I'm going to just pull this in, is you're going to do the 3 1/4 inch cut first, and then you have all of this left over for your envelope, okay? And then cut it off at 4 inches. And I have miscut this many times this morning, so probably because I was rushing. All right, let's just set those, because of those my designs. Now, we're going to do our card base. Now, a card base is not normal. It's going to be we're going to cut it at 4 1/4, okay, by 11, and then we're going to trim off a 1/2 inch, okay? So it needs to be 4 1/4 by 10 1/2, all right? Then we've got 2 scoring measurements. So just remember, this is our paper trimmer, and the dark one is the one that cuts, and the lighter one is what scores. So the light is always your light touch. So we're going to score at 3 1/2 inches. Okay, always make sure your paper's against the guide, and I'm just using the ruler. And we're gonna need to move this. I'm gonna have to go down here. And then the second score mark is 7 inches, because we want to create 3 equal size panels, okay? Remember, it's a tri-panel, which means 3. So how are you guys today? Did you go out Black Friday shopping, or did you stay home where it's warm and cozy? Because we have been having light flurries today here in central New York. So this is where you just want to make sure you scored well. So I'm going to just make sure my score lines are lined up there. This one was a little bit off here. So just go and make sure it butts up against the score line so it looks even. There we go. All right, so there's our panel right there. And then this is so easy to do. Once you do all this work, where you've cut your paper, you've cut your designer paper, the rest is really easy. Okay, so we're gonna just mat these onto here, all on the whole front, okay? So it's really hard to use the other side because there's so many fabulous designs in this paper. And let's go like, I always have to turn it on its side here. So just center this. This has got about 1/8 of an inch. There we go. I feel like that's crooked there. And let's do this. So, so our seasonal, Stampin' Up! Seasonal sale is going, or last chance list is going on right now. So all of the items in our mini catalog are getting retired. There are a few that are carrying over. So you can see the complete list on my Facebook page, or on my newsletter. In my newsletter, that's where it is. I gotta flip this around. So you can see it in, so if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe because I will be having another edition going out really soon. There we go. Isn't that sweet? I like the two-tone look. All right, and then we're gonna just adhere these. And these are really easy to do. So I like having the contrast of colors with my designer paper. All right. So let me know if I need to zoom in more for you guys, or are you able to see okay? I could zoom in just a little bit more, I guess. Let's get my fingers out of the camera here. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so really easy. So this is the top, and we're gonna just line up with this lower indentation, okay? So pretty much we're gonna keep adhesive from this point down, okay? We do not want adhesive here because that's gonna be sticking off our card front, okay? I'm gonna use a little bit stronger adhesive, so I'm gonna use our seal, our Stampin' Seal, and I'm gonna just start at just below, you can see it's just below that line. And which one did I want? I'm going to start with the middle one, all right? So let's just, it's okay to go and get these all lined up. Let's put that there, and then let's make sure this is going. Okay, so let's set that there. So we're going to start with the middle one. And I do like to kind of use my grid paper, okay? So I'm going to line it up here on my grid paper. Let's see, I got to use something different. I'm going to line the score marks up with the lines on my grid paper, okay? And they're just going to go in 1/4 of an inch pretty much. So you'll be able to see how it goes. And I'm putting that point at the very top of my card as well. Okay, so there's that. Can you see? Let's go back there. There we go. Okay, so it's easy to line up. Now this one's really easy too. So, so what we're going to do, we're going to just mirror this. Okay. Make sure it doesn't move on you, and then just fold this over like that. It's going to catch that. And look at that. They're going to be, so when we close up our card, it's going to look really, really nice. Okay. Now this one, yes, what are we going to, we're going to do the same thing. Well, no, we're not going to do the same thing. What are we going to do? We're going to fold it closed like this, and I'm going to, so I've got my adhesive here. This is the non-glue, and I'm going to keep this off my card base and line up the top edges. Okay, and then just gently put that down. All right, so now all of this looks really lined up and clean. All right, and there's our tri-panel. Sweet, isn't that? Okay, let's decorate. So we're going to decorate with, I've already stamped and die cut the one horse open sleigh, and we're going to pull in our stamping blends. So hopefully if you needed to stock up on stamping blends, you did so last week when it was during the seasonal sale, because that was the perfect time to grab more blends. So we're going to use dark cherry cobbler and light cherry cobbler. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark first, and we're going to do this trim on the sleigh. And really, you could create any color scheme that you want. All right, just have fun. You could pull colors, because this is such a generic color. You could easily do whatever you want. So let's do the harness here on the horse. We're gonna do the bridle here and the earmuffs, all in dark cherry cobbler. Okay, I think I got it all. And then we're gonna pull in the light cobbler, and we're gonna just blend some color. I'm gonna just let me make sure I got this. Yep, light cherry. Let's blend a little bit of color. Just kind of outline it. And I'm going up into where I have the dark just to kind of blend it a little bit more. And if you felt like you wanted to use your take your pick tool, you could. And sometimes you'll just go back and add another layer of color after that's had a minute to dry. Okay, let's pull in, I gotta remember what I used. I think light pecan and dark pecan pie colored blends. That's what's gonna be the horse. So we're gonna do the dark first. We're gonna add the mane. We're gonna do some highlights here on the horse. And you'll see how easy this is to do. Let's do some down here where the hair is, near his hoofs, his tail. Okay, and then we'll take the light, and then we're just going to blend some more color. Whoops, let's add, I forgot these spots on his rump here. Let's add a little color there. And blend away. So how many, do either of you love the blends? Let me know if you do. And do you use them? I don't use mine enough. You really need to use them so they don't dry out on you. So you use them up because they are disposable. So, and you want to make sure that you put the caps on really tightly when you're done coloring. Okay, we're almost done here. See how quickly this came together? So let's blend. I think I'm going to go over the horse just one more time. Just deepen the color a little bit more. There we go. And it's squeak, squeak, squeak. There we go. Okay. So now this is where I always struggle using this coloring the people. So we are going to use, I think I'm going to do light cherry cobbler. I'm going to just do this on the hats here. I know there's Santa hats. And then, yeah, what did I do? Let me see here. We're going to just be a little bit non-traditional, okay? I'm going to pull in, this is dark Lost Lagoon. I'm going to put this on the coat because this isn't really Santa Claus. It's just carolers caroling. Oh, you don't use them at all, Colleen? I know. I just need to use mine more. And then let's highlight the rest of the coat here with Pool Party. Okay. And then I gotta look to see what I did. Oh yeah. I used I think this is like an SU 500. This is the neutrals color here. Gonna just do a blanket here and do some light pecan as well. Let's add some light pecan. This is the blanket. I know I didn't get too creative. There we go. And then let's do the lady's coat here. So I've got light pebbled path and an SU 100. So I'm going to do her collar in SU 100, which is like a dark brown. And then do the rest of her jacket, her coat or whatever in pebbled path. Okay, I think we're good. So here's my coloring right here. So it's not really that hard. You can just do whatever color scheme you want. Okay, so this is going to go kind of part where we're going to center this. So it's part here and here. So we got to create a fold on this. So I'm going to just pull in my trimmer. Okay, I'm going to look at the sleigh bottom and the hooves. All right, let me raise that up. And I'm going to just kind of line the sleigh on one of my lines on my trimmer, all right? And then here's our ditch. This is where the scoring tool rides. So I'm going to just, in between the curved part, this curved part of the sleigh and the hoofs is where you want to create our crease. You always think you don't know how. Well, you just kind of keep experimenting with them, Colleen, and they just kind of do a graduation of color. Okay, so I just ran my scoring blade there. So it kind of gives it a little bit of crease. So I can crease this so you can kind of see where the score mark is. Okay, so it's just like that. It's just pretty much experimenting with the light and dark and adding different shades to it is really the best. Okay, so now we're going to add some dimensionals to the back here. So we're going to pull in some minis and some full size. So I'm going to put the minis where it's really small areas. Okay, and I want some down here by the hoofs. Right here and one up here by the nose. Okay, and then we can add some full size in between. Now this is a thicker card, so when you're all done, you're gonna so just think it's got 2 layers of dimensionals going through this on it. So I would say it probably needs, it's going to need extra postage. So we're going to line this up like that anywhere you want. You could go up, down, wherever you would like it to go. Okay. So I pretty much just do one side first. Okay, where'd my little trash can go? And let's do just so. Let's see. I'm going to look at the fold that I've already done and just lay this down. Okay, I'm going to just do it lightly so I can just make sure. Yeah, that's going to look good. Okay, let's finish pulling these off. I did that one, and it could be a tight fit, which this one is. You could go just past the fold a little bit, so you've got a little bit more wiggle room, but yep, it's going to be a fold. But this is really pretty thick of a card right there. Let's see, do I get this in there? So it's pretty thick, all right, by the time you close it all up. So let's add a greeting now. So I've already stamped our greeting, 'tis the season, on our stylish shaped die, and I've cut a 1/4 inch strip of designer paper. Where am I going to put this? I put that one up there. I'm going to just look at this, but there's so much dimension there. So I think I'm going to put it up there. And we are going to, it's going to run all the way across the width of designer paper. So I think this ends up being like 2 3/4 inches long. So let's just put this across here. I need to look to see if I'm straight. I'm not. Okay, I think that's better. There we go. And then let's add some dimensionals on the back of this. 1, 2. Okay, what are you guys thinking? Does this look like it's easy or kind of hard or what? Let me know if you think you would give it a try. There, look at that. Isn't that sweet? And then I meant to, I meant to cut some paper. Hang on, what color do I want? Mossy Meadow. Let me grab some cardstock here. Let's grab a little cardstock and my paper trimmer, because there's not really a lot of room for you to write a message. So 1, 2, 3 1/4. 4, I think. Yep. Okay, so let's do 4 1/8. By 3 3/8. I think I did that right. Let's move that. Yep. Okay. Let's stamp a greeting on here. 'Tis the season, wishing you a season of hope and light. Let's go with that. Stamp that. Okay. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. And they know for sure that it's homemade, right? Handmade. Handcrafted. So let's mount that. So this was 3 1/4 by 4 inches is the white, and then the layering is 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. So we're going to add this onto our back panel here. I think we'll just add it in the center. We got dimensional backings all over, so we'll do that. So you could do a little bit more back there. Okay, what do you think? Do you think it needs anything else? I didn't add any bling, but we could add some bling, so let's add in some bling here. So I know I'm going with basic rhinestones. I think that'll still look okay with the gold accents. So we got 2 there, and then let's put a couple here, and then let's do like, whoops, my putty is moving all over. Let's see, let's do there, and up here, and then let's do one over here. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? And then it'll all just collapse right up, and definitely it needs extra postage. So here is the envelope to go with that. And here's my first sample, so you can see. So I did the opposite, and let me zoom out. There we go. So you can see how I did the opposite colors. So I've got Mossy Meadow down here, and then a third, one in the center there, and vice versa. Early Espresso up here and Early Espresso, and I swapped out the designer paper as well, so you can see that, but I just kept the coloring the same. I added an accent. Oh, that would have been good too, but we're gonna go keep it like that so you can accent with like you know, a little gold tree, so the rhinestones wouldn't really look good. But, and I didn't add anything on the back of there yet, but let's look at, here's another design right here. This is all like monochromatic colors. So we've got some accent of silver, and you can find the silver foil in our online store. There's 3 shades of silver in a package. You get 1 sheet of each. I think it's called metallic silver. You can find that in the online store. And I just kept, I stamped with Misty Moonlight ink and on boho blue. So the shades are Misty Moonlight and boho blue. So I've got others paired up, which I'll try and make some more so I can share them with you on my website. So, okay, you love it? All right, lots of part steps, but absolutely doable. Yeah, it's not too many steps, but it's once you kind of make one, then it's really easy to make more, you know. I think it's just making that initial one, and hopefully I went through the steps slow enough for you to create that and explain how to cut your paper. So the biggest thing is just sorting out your paper. But if you need like that wow card for somebody for the holiday season, then this just might do it for you, right? So I hope you enjoyed today's card. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you can get notifications of the next time I go live here on YouTube. And if you need to purchase anything, you can go to my online store, use the host code. If your order is less than 150, if it's above that, then make sure you pick out your own host rewards, okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much. I so appreciate you, and don't be afraid to subscribe to my newsletter as well on createwithnancy.com. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of the holiday weekend that's kicking off our holiday season.